There are growing concerns that Israel is intentionally targeting innocent people in their now multi-front war. And now some of the international doctors, including American doctors, are speaking out about the pattern of children in Gaza who are getting shot in the head. So you can actually read a lengthy piece written by one surgeon who has spent some time in Gaza. It's in the New York Times, titled 65 Doctors, Nurses, and Paramedics, What We Saw in Gaza. And in this op-ed, Dr. Feroz Sidwa, who's a trauma and general surgeon, details these experiences in Khan Yunis. He was in Khan Yunis for 2 weeks. And here's what he writes. Nearly every day I was there, I saw a new young child who had been shot in the head or chest, virtually all of whom went on to die, 13 in total. There's more. At the time, I assumed that this had to be the work of a particularly sadistic soldier located nearby. But after returning home, I met an emergency medicine physician who had worked in a different hospital in Gaza 2 months before me. I couldn't believe the number of kids I saw shot in the head, I told him. To my surprise, he responded, yeah, me too, every single day. So Sidwa actually spoke to 65 other healthcare workers. 44 of them said that they had seen cases of pre-teen children shot either in the head or the chest. And out of these 65 individuals who he spoke to, 57 of them were actually willing to go on the record to talk about what they experienced in Gaza. One of those doctors is Dr. Mohammed Rasul Abu Nuar, who's a beriatric and foregut surgeon. This is a quote from that individual. So one night in the emergency department, over the course of 4 hours, I saw six children between the ages of 5 and 12, all with single gunshot wounds to the skull. There's more. Another doctor by the name of Irfan Galaria said, our team cared for about 4 or 5 children ages 5 to 8 years old. They were all shot with single shots to the head. They all presented to the emergency room at the same time. They all died.
Israel has become what they most despised. So shooting children in the head. I mean, does it get worse than that? Is there a form of terrorism that's worse than that? So now you like collateral damage? What do you mean? You shot him in the head. That's not, oh man, shrapnel flew into the wrong side of the street and killed one kid by accident. No, dozens and dozens of kids shot in the head by monsters, total monsters. So guys, why has this happened? It's not because of religion or ethnicity. It happens every time in humanity. When you have someone who is powerless, they get crushed, and then they try to fight back in some way, and the occupying power then uses that as an excuse to do horrible things to the people that they were abusing in the first place and occupying in the first place. This has happened throughout history, different religions, different ethnic backgrounds, hundreds of times. But Israel can't see that they have become the powerful and that they have become the abusers and the oppressors and the occupiers. They have become the thing that they feared and loathed the most. And so if I know, because they're in such a blind, biased rage, and they think that they are the tiny little David fighting against the mighty Palestinians because they have lost their minds. You'd have to be institutionalized. That you'd have to be a different level of crazy to think that the Palestinians are oppressing the Israelis. You're a lunatic if you believe that, but you can't talk them out of it. Oh, we're the victims. We had to shoot their children in the head. And by reporting it, you're being mean to us. You should just let the government of Israel shoot kids in the head and shut up about it. Otherwise, we're gonna say, you're the hateful person. No, that's not working anymore at all. No, the people who advocate for the slaughter and annihilation of Gaza, you are deeply immoral. The other guys are not the bad guys. You're the bad guys. And if that breaks your heart, good. You should live in shame for what Israel's doing if you support it.
And for the children who managed to survive, the piece also gets into some details about what they are experiencing and how much they wish they weren't alive. So One child who had lost all of his family wished he had been killed too, saying, "Everyone I love is in heaven. I don't want to be here I don't want to be here anymore." Pediatric critical care doctor Tanya Haj Hassan said. It is so disgusting that we are aiding and abetting this, that the US government is funding this. This is what we're doing. It's really important for people to know that.